Hi, it's John from North Star Nursery Garden and Home, your coastal gardener. Today, wanted to talk to you about landscaping on a budget. A lot of the plants that we bring in are also available from some of our growers in jumbo six packs. Now, a lot of you sometimes are not wanting to wait. It's that impatience thing, not the plant, just the way we are. But starting just very simply with Shasta daisies. Shasta daisies are just a all-time favorite. They bloom like crazy, make a great cut flower. When they're done blooming, you can just cut them right to the ground and then they'll send up a second bloom. So just to give you a frame of reference, when we buy this in, it ends up retailing for $15. You can buy a six pack for 11. And so it'll take it a year or so to kind of get out to this size, but it's a great way to get started with some kind of foundation material. Also, we have Armeria, which for those of you that live here on the coast, they're used a lot in landscaping. I think Taco Bell has some of these in front of them. We also have some larger varieties coming in 1 gallons that are different, but this is the basic one, and we usually have that in six packs. Also, this is one of my favorites. I don't have any that are blooming right now. This is English Daisy. These are absolutely precious. I think that they're really, really, really fun. You can just pop them into pots. You can put them in the ground. When they start to look rough, you can just cut them down to about 1/2 inch and they just regenerate. For those of you that love delphiniums, we don't have color specific, but we do have a lovely mix. This is from one of our growers. And actually these, it's kind of funny, these were wintered over here at the nursery and have now started to really wake up. So if you want to plant delphiniums, now's the time to grab them because they look really good. I'm not sure that the next crop will be as developed as these are, so get them while you can. Snapdragons. These are treated as an annual in the industry, but they are definitely a perennial here on the coast. They can be a little problematic with rust, but if you keep them cut back and keep the old flowers taken off, they'll just keep blooming for you. When they start to look rough, I would cut it down to about 3 or 4 inches and let it regenerate. Start hitting it with some Maxi or some all-purpose EB Stone fertilizer. Poppies. So this is Pride of Livermore. No, sorry. American Legion and Falling in Love. The Falling in Love is a really pretty mix. So these will grow and bloom and then they'll die off, but they will definitely create a lot of seed. So what you want to do with those is when they're done blooming and the seed heads are there, go ahead and let them develop till you can hear kind of a little rattle in them, and then drop those into a paper bag and save them for next year. This is a really neat thing we did last year. This is Columbine. This is called the Origami Mix. And you can see they're really cute and tiny. Last fall, we made an effort to plant up a lot of these into 1 gallons. So the ones in the 1 gallon, you will get more of a color specific because you'll see what they're doing right now. Great blue and white. There's so many different kinds of Columbine / Aquilegia. This kind of buttery cream yellow is really pretty. I just think something with like lobelia below it with a really deep blue would be gorgeous. But again, you know, you're paying $14 on a 1 gallon or $11 on a 6-pack. And if you can just be patient, they'll really develop and do it relatively quickly. This is another one. This is Stipa, or I think sometimes it's called pheasant's tail. Mexican feathergrass. No, they don't call it pheasants. But anyways, this is green now. It then puts out the seed heads that are that kind of light, kind of a blushy cream color. And of course, in a 4-inch, they're $10. But in a 6-pack, you get 6 of them for 11 bucks. These will grow relatively quickly, so you will probably have, something to talk about by summertime if you plant them soon. Also, one of my favorites, I know a lot of people hate it, but it's a very effective plant, is Origeron. This does drop seed and spreads, but one of the ways that I keep it from doing that is I cut it back to nubs at least once a year, sometimes twice a year. And then I let it regenerate. So same thing, 6-pack for $10. Each plant is going to get about 2 feet by 2 feet. Again, if you don't mind them spreading, you can leave the flower heads on and the seeds will drop and they will certainly, do their little thing. You can pull those out very easily as they start to emerge if you don't want them. And you can move them to other places where you do want them. Also, another perennial that's treated as an annual is, this is Poppy's Champagne Bubbles. It's a great fall through winter bloomer, but it also will give you some blooms in the spring season. This little guy is very deceiving. So this is Pallidosum. It's a little basic annual daisy. And what it does is it will actually drop seeds also and spread a little bit. I had them in my pots last year, and so I still kind of have some popping up. As they pop up, I just move them because you can move them. It's not a big deal. But very cheerful. And I did these with lobelia, and then I did a really neat calibrachoa in the center that had that purpley blue. So it was like calibrachoa, these guys, and then lobelia around. So don't be afraid to play with things. You never know until you try, and sometimes these combinations can be really stunning. That's it for today. I just wanted to kind of give you an opportunity to see that there is more than just 4-inch and 1 gallons, that we have lots of 6-pack stuff that's very interesting. We also do have some ground cover stuff in 6-packs. I think we have woolly thyme and we have red thyme right now. So that's it for today. I hope you're having a great day, and we look forward to seeing you at the nursery.